Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973.
New York City, United States of America.
Santiago, Chile.
Two Boeing 767s crash into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center.
Two Hawker Hunter fighters fire 18 rockets into La Moneda, the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attack.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace. In the 3 months after the coup, 1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
3 Chilean citizens were killed in the attack.
2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup.
The attacks of September 11th were intended to break our spirit. Instead, we have emerged stronger and more unified. We feel renewed devotion to the principles of political, economic, and religious freedom, the rule of law and respect for human life. We are more determined than ever to live our lives in freedom.
Everything we had wanted, everything we had created was coming crashing down. There was a sense of burial, of death, not only the death of the president, but part of us that died.
When I look out the window, I exhale a prayer of thanks for the color green, for my children's safety, for the simple acts of faith like planting a garden that helped us see through another spring, another summer. And I inhale some kind of promise to protect my kids' hopes and good intentions we began with in this country. Freedom of speech, the protection of diversity. These are the most important ingredients of American civil life and my own survival. If I ever took them for granted, I don't know. Barbara Winslow.
None of us who were there, those of us who were lucky enough to survive, could feel the same. It was impossible to feel the same. We were losing our grasp on democracy. Something we tried hard to take care of, and we knew it would be very difficult to get it back once lost. So those of us who were there, life would simply never be the same again. Veronica Automoda.
Tuesday, September 11th.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973. 2 Hawker Hunter fighters fire 18 rockets at the La Moneda, the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
18 rockets.
2 Boeing 767s crashed into the Twin Towers.
2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace.
1973.
2001.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
2 American citizens.
3 Chilean citizens.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attack.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace.
18 rockets.
In the 3 months after the coup, 1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You guys took 2.5 minutes to get to the ghost hangout.
Yeah.
Like your getting ready was a lot longer this time.
I felt. Damn it.
Let's just try that
The
again.
timing's just really fucking hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
So we need to figure out just how many counts into the song you guys can be in position, because you guys took like probably 45 seconds to a minute of like subtly
because
circling.
we were circling different than we were circling the same. We should be circling different. So we just have to find some way to. Let's just always do it. So if we end on opposite, let's just always do clockwise. Okay. So just like that.
Let's try it one more time.
Because that's what it ended as.
I feel like getting that over there is too much now.
Okay, probably. So just do the circles mid,
Okay.
and then join. I like the push away thing.
Mhm.
You did it twice.
You didn't like that?
You only need to do it once.
Okay. Yeah.
Once is enough. And then coming back in from, like, because you guys were like close, and then you shoved away, and then you came straight into these. So do that,
Okay.
and then thumb up, and just do the fast ones here. And then that's
So
it.
then from the end of the Mach 222, we don't approach. We just go into circle of death.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yes, we'll throw those off, and then
this, and then go. Okay.
Let's try this one more time.
My counterclockwise.
From the
Because
top.
counterclockwise is the same thing.
That's not.
I mean, from the top of the middle of the last act. That's kind of like from the top.
Because you're going. Oh yeah, you are going. Wait, what?
The middle.
Say what? What am I doing? On the top.
Henry
From the tango?
Kissinger. That's where we're going.
That's my favorite line.
She was insane.
Come on down.
Mr. Kissinger, do we have Mr. Kissinger in the house? You've won.
How much much is this pearl necklace?
Henry Kissinger.
Henry Kissinger. Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973.
New York City, United States of America.
Santiago, Chile.
Two Boeing 767s crash into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center.
Two Hawker Hunter fighters fire 18 rockets into La Moneda, the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace. In the 3 months after the coup, 1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
3 Chilean citizens were killed in the attack.
2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup.
The attacks of September 11th were intended to break our spirit. Instead, we have emerged stronger and more unified. We feel renewed devotion to the principles of political, economic, and religious freedom. Rudolph Giuliani.
Everything we had wanted, everything we had created was coming crashing down. There was a sense of burial, of death, not only the death of the president, but part of us that died, Arturo.
When I look out the window, I exhale a prayer of thanks for the color green, for my children's safety, for the simple acts of faith, like the garden that helped see us through another spring, another summer, and I inhale some kind of promise to protect my kids' hopes and good intentions. We begin with it in this country. Freedom of speech, the protection of diversity, these are the most important ingredients of American civil life and my own survival. If I ever took them for granted, I don't know. Barbara Kinzelker.
None of us who were there, those of us who were lucky enough to survive, could feel the same. It was impossible to feel the same. We were losing our grasp on democracy, something we tried hard to take care of, and we knew it would be very difficult to get it back once lost. So those of us who were there, life would simply never be the same again. Veronica Aremora.
Tuesday, September 11th.
Tuesday, September 11, 1973.
New York
Santiago,
City.
Chile. 2 Hawker Hunter fighters fire 18 rockets into La Moneda, the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
Only 2 people died in the assault. 2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup. Everything we had wanted, everything we had created was coming crashing down.
None of us who were there.
The attacks of September 11th were intended to break our spirit.
If I ever took them for granted, I don't know.
2 American citizens were killed in the months
It was
following
impossible
the
to
coup.
feel the same.
None of us who were there, those of us who were lucky enough to survive, could feel the same.
3,000 people.
It was a sense of burial, of death.
3 Chilean citizens.
Part of us that died.
1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
3,000 people were murdered from the attacks.
18 rockets.
2 Hawker Hunter fighters.
767s crashed into the Twin
2
Towers.
Boeing 767s crashed into the Twin Towers.
Tuesday, September 11th,
1973.
2001.
2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup.
2001.
3 Chilean citizens were killed in the attack.
Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attack.
These guys,
15.
how are we gonna exit?
Well, it's just after we do the
Every time we
last
do it,
arm, we can just break off and.
I think that's it. Yeah, just.
But I just don't know what we're gonna do if they keep, going.
Are we
like,
going to the end
depending-
of the music, or are we watching them?
Depending on the
Should
timing.
watch that.
I had you go to the end of the music just because it was timed really well that one time, but it's
It was.
becoming apparent that our timing is a little bit fluid. So let's not time it to the music anymore.
Do something
Um,
different.
How about, okay,
Okay, what's
Let's
your
try it one
last
more
bit of
time.
movement? Can I see it?
last minute?
Your last bit of movement, yes.
Yeah, we'll just break off after the clash. And then somehow exit.
Why don't you guys hold that last one in a struggle? Because it just seems like, I don't know, it doesn't.
Is that struggle where we end our text and then they break off and go away? In silence?
Does this have only
It's just because
one
if they're just
pace
like
change or
getting
two?
thrown that
It's
far
not
off
two.
of something.
Okay,
they've
when
been
is that?
doing
Is
the
that
whole time,
after
there
this?
should
'Cause
be
I don't
that
hear
little
one.
bit of, let's hold right here.
How much time do we have? A minute, right?
Okay. Because the arm clashes work really, really well with that. And so,
How about we try Dan, like actually doing...
and we were only 20 seconds ahead of the second fast pace. So if that's our cue for the second, I mean, we can fill the time with just, ooh, what you doing? I'm feeling you out. Oh, what are you doing? I'm feeling you out. Oh.
No, like the whole scene is super strong and it doesn't need anything more in it. It just needs to
I
fill
feel
the
like we need
space.
more position.
Yeah.
A little
Do they
faster
forget
work.
the piece where
When
they
we actually do the moves.
Well, that's, I know, it's
They
like,
say that they don't want to have to promenade down because they don't know.
No, not that, where they go to each corner.
Oh,
What about that?
are you? Yeah, no, they did that this time.
Yeah, we did that.
They did it.
we did everything this time. It's just
So,
like,
sure.
with moving down, it's too much time. Without moving down, it's not enough time.
Yeah. You could move down not to the extreme corners, but just, I don't know. Let's,
I feel like we can hold a moment after each new step, like with 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, because in this case, if you think about it in tango, when you finish, that's when you extend your chest, and we haven't been doing that. So if we do that, it adds a beat. Granted, it's not a lot, but that's adding 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. Inside. 12. So that makes, so it's like 1, 2, 3, ba, 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 and then 1,
It's actually
2,
18.
well,
and that's time. And it goes with the music.
we're going to try the tango one more time, then we're going to take 5, then we're going to do a run through starting from the very top of the
Alright.
show.
Okay.
And
let's do this.
I'm going to fix the placards during that break, so.
Alright, let's try to do it.
So your last bit of movement is going to be that struggle, right?
Yeah, the circle's top.
Gosh, Casey.
We need to figure out at what point during your 9/11 text we go from the placard saying never forget to saying forget. Maybe after you finish it the first time
Yeah, I was
linearly?
thinking that actually, because it's a really good, just easy cue too.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is it? It's that one. It's so
like a 130, 230, and like a 420. And so those are the 3 fast ones. So if we can do it on the 220 and the 230 and the 420, we can do our arm things. Because if we do the 420, then that's like right at the end of the song. That gives you guys plenty of time to viewpoint and stuff and finish. And then we can just hold that as long as we want and then break off.
Let's try it.
That'll
Yeah,
give us like
that's
20
right.
seconds to finish. Oh my god.
Alright, we're starting from the top, right?
From the top of the tango.
Yeah, let's not forget the broom.
Top of the tango, right?
Yeah.
Good call.
that was good that time though.
The
We-
brooms thing looks cool.
It's
Yeah.
just yeah, like whoever
This whole
is
play looks cool.
there's like a time where whoever's
We've
leading.
never done it beginning to end, but now I'm almost not even worried about that.
We just need to.
Yeah, I'm not.
Good.
So like
Good.
for the room thing, you're leading and I'm just following you. And so like,
Yeah, it's because I feel, like I said, I can't count when I dance. So when I dip her, I guess when I dip
Yeah.
her, I'm not like 1, 2, 3, no, I dip. And when I feel it in the music,
Yeah.
that's when I talk.
Yeah, and
There's
everything-
a pause.
everything that we do doesn't have to be dictated by a tempo. Like we can change it. It can
Yeah.
be fluid throughout the piece.
Alright.
So.
As long as like the step part, yeah.
Yeah, it's just every time we fucking do it, it's different.
Okay.
Well, it's because every time we do it, we're trying something new.
Everybody together now.
So,
Henry Kissinger.
Fuck.
Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973.
New York City, United States of America.
Santiago, Chile.
Two Boeing 767s crash into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center.
Two Hawker Hunter fighters fire 18 rockets into La Moneda, the presidential palace.
Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attack.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential palace. The 3 months after the coup, 1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
3 Chilean citizens were killed in the attack.
2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup.
The attacks of September 11th were intended to break our spirit. Instead, we have emerged stronger and more unified. We feel renewed devotion to the principles of political, economic, and religious freedom, the rule of law, and respect for human life. We are more determined than ever to live our lives in freedom. Rudolph Giuliani.
Everything we had wanted, everything we had created was coming crashing down. There was a sense of burial, of death, not only of death of the president, but part of us that died, a plural.
When I look out the window, I exhale a prayer of thanks for the green, the color green, for my children's safety. The simple acts of faith, like planting a garden that helps see us through another spring, another summer. And I inhale some kind of promise to protect my kids' hopes and good intentions we began within this country. Freedom of speech, the protection of diversity. These are the most important ingredients of American civil life. My own survival. If I ever took them for granted, I don't know. Barbara Kingsolver.
None of us who were there, those of us who were lucky enough to survive, could feel the same. It was impossible to feel the same. We were losing our grasp on democracy, something we tried hard to take care of, and we knew it would be very difficult to get it back once lost. To those of us who were there, life would simply never be the same again. Veronica Aremola.
Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973.
Two Boeing 767s crashed.
New York City, United States of America.
Only 2 people died in the assault on the presidential
Santiago,
palace.
Chile. Nearly 3,000 people were murdered in the attack.
1,500 human beings were killed.
1,500 human beings were killed or simply disappeared.
18 rockets.
2 American citizens were killed in the months following the coup.
3 Chilean citizens were killed in the attack.
3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
1973.
2 Boeing 767s crashed.
18 rockets.
1973.
3,000 people were murdered in the attacks.
It was a sense of burial, of death.
These are the most important ingredients of American civil life and my own survival.
We were losing our grasp on democracy.
So those of us who were there, life would simply never be the
New
same
York
again.
City, the United States of America.
September 11th.
Santiago, Chile.
18 rockets.
2 Boeing 767s fire 18 rockets into La Moneda.
Tuesday, September 11th.
Tuesday, September 11th, 1973.
2001.
Oh man.
Oh, God, I almost did it.
No, that's close enough. You just need to cut the number of these at the very end and choose which one. You're gonna
Oh
like
no, she's into
How
it.
many to each other hard?
No, it's fine.
And
I
then-
just thought I was like,
push off.
I wasn't.
And now enter your exit.
It's totally do that. Yeah, that works, dude. If we cut one of those,
It's-
it works.
We're not gonna be able to do that exactly the same the next time.
That was
Because one thing I did that I can't believe we didn't think of it before. We were like, we've been following the music too much.
Yeah,
And we've been letting it, that's why it turns out shitty every time we've tried it. It's because we're following the music too much. We're letting it,
Just follow one another.
yeah. And that's what I was doing. Like, I was playing off you, and it was like, oh my God, this feels so much fucking better. Because I don't like tango. I'm sorry.
Let's
And that's why we can get along.
take 5. We'll do a run through. It's gonna be done.
Oh, it's only 8:45. I was thinking it was like 9:30.
No,